You're listening to 1069 Click FM, live in color.
This is one of the few where I'm actually taking the volume down manually because I want to be able to somewhat hear it as well tonight. Welcome everybody to our special Tibbs Eve stream over here on this channel, where a couple things happen. One is that I drink some homemade mulled wine, which is currently hiding in this old thermos. And two, wear the bunny suit. And 3, whoever joins in, we hang out, talk, just take some time for ourselves before the 2 days of the year that a lot of us end up having to spend with our relatives, whether we want to or not. So just a little escape time for anybody who needs an out. Oh, and let's see, in chat so far I've seen William, MKI, and Logan, and alright, True North is also here. Oh, you finally understand what Jimmy Stewart was talking about in that movie? Yep. Hey. Nice to get some alternate perspectives on things from time to time. Oh, yeah. Oh, we did the mead right this year, folks. Oh. Fantastic. Meanwhile, Logan has, of course, got his mead. I will just look. I brought up the playoff picture just out of pure curiosity to look, and the Steelers are only in 9th. I mean, they would get helped if the Bills somehow lost to the Chargers. And the Texans are, well, yeah, things are happening for the Texans. Let's leave it at that. But hello, Kip. I hope you're doing well on this rare moment of quiet before all the proper holiday hoopla comes around with gatherings and services and classic songs sung through the air. No kidding. Laura Lynch of the Dixie Chicks. Ooh. Oh, that is brutal. Phew. Oof. A pick to Brian Branch, you say? Once again, out of pure curiosity for the record, did he at least take it well? I mean, off the top of my head, Brian Branch has only really had 2 picks this season, and both of those have been off deflections, just, being right place, right time. I understand, True North. I understand. It was a bad throw and no one was near him. Oh. Well, that definitely. It was a gift, is what you're saying then. Holy crap. That's fantastic. You're hoping it comes true tomorrow? Oh goodness, that's right. It's going to be the Lions Vikings tomorrow. I don't know how I keep forgetting about that. I truly don't. I am still planning on streaming it with Adam. Last I checked in with him, that was still on. Well, this might be a good opportunity to double check that before I completely say things that I don't talk about. Okay, cool. Yep, I think we're going to be set on that. Yeah, this is an odd weekend for NFL games. I gotta be honest. Like it feels even weirder that there are games on Christmas Day proper, much less during the day on Christmas Day, if I remember reading the schedule correctly. Yeah, we've got 3 games on Christmas Day. Ravens 49ers looks like was the only one that will be slightly competitive, unless, of course, the Raiders decide to do something against the Chiefs. I mean, you never know, but Giants and Eagles. Oh yeah. Well, as far as the Eagles are concerned, yeah. Giants are going to make it rough. I feel bad for them. I don't know if the Steelers are going to the Super Bowl, but I will gladly accept Mason Rudolph taking the Steelers all the way to the AFC Championship. That would be a lot of fun. Ooh. In case you are wondering, there is a cat asleep over here. She's very much enjoying herself. I don't plan on disturbing her until later in the program, so I do ask for patience. Thank you. Yeah. Is it weird that I'm still nervous about the Vikings game tomorrow? You know, yes, I know they've gone through all of the quarterback switching and Kirk Cousins' injury and just some of the weirdest games that we've had this whole damn season. And yeah, I still think they could sneak one from us. But hey, we will see. Actually, I better do this now, because I know I forgot to do it earlier. Sorry, just gotta take a quick peek at the broadcast map for this week. Meanwhile, the Leaves are leading the Blue Jackets 1-0 in the first. Now that is the kind of good follow-up that you get after you lose a game 9-3. Oh God. I saw that final score the next morning, and I automatically knew, oh, there's going to be some screaming about this one. But yeah, they'll get an easy win over the Blue Jackets, and no lessons will be learned. And oh no. You're kidding me. Oh, hell. I'm going to be in the one part of the damn country that isn't going to get the damn Lions and Vikings live. Instead, I'm going to get Green Bay and Carolina. Oh, that's going to be awful. Meanwhile, Thunder versus Lakers is underway. And if I recall correctly, William, the Lakers aren't doing so hot this season, at least so far. So, would that be a correct assumption, MKI? Meanwhile, Ottawa is up 2-1 on the Steelers in the start of the second. Hooray, hurrah. Okay. Fantastic. I got it just right this year. Oh, Ottawa with a shorthanded goal. Such a damn pisser that we're getting sideswiped for Green Bay, Carolina. All right. There will be a way. When there's a will, there's a way. Meanwhile, the Bucks have beaten the Knicks 130-111. All right. Good for the Bucks. How many games are they currently behind the Celtics? I know that last I checked, the Celtics were in first, or have they switched places yet? Yeah, you can tell how much I'm paying to the NBA season, but I promise that in the new year we will have some NBA coming. I still have to figure out what games they're going to be, but it will happen, along with more NCAA, both women's and men's. So don't worry, that's going to be happening. And I'm already getting ads out here with Caitlin Clark from Iowa in them. So yeah, I mean, good on her for getting her money. But yeah, I hope you all don't get them thrown over you as well. You say they're only a half game behind the Celtics now. All right. Nice job. Meanwhile, the Lightning and the Capitals are tied at 1. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a prepared person would have gotten these scores up, so I could have commented on them on my own. But yeah, all I was really concentrating on tonight was, making sure that the bunny suit looked good on camera and that the mulled wine came out all right. I mean, it's Tibbs Eve. I got to give myself at least one break a year. Oh, of course. This seems like a perfect time while we've got so many people here, I assume, because I'm still not looking at the numbers, to give a big thank you to all of the Patreon members that we have. This is not a plug for you all to join it. I will keep going with this for as long as I possibly can. I'm just glad that people think that what I do is enough entertainment to toss me a couple bucks on the regular, and so thank you for that. And thank anybody who is here and isn't a member of the Patreon but has been subscribed and showing up, whether it's lurking in chat or, constantly cheering for Wisconsin teams no matter the situation. I see you, I appreciate you, and I thank you very much for another good year here on 106.9 Click FM. I have realized that the ambitious goal that I had of getting through the entire batch of mulled wine that I made together for this stream might be a little more than I can handle. So, yeah, I'll know when the quitting point comes, but we'll get to discover it together, and that's probably going to be the adventure of this stream. Oh, jeez. So, Logan, because I'm sure that you can attest to this. How has it been a big boon for the Bucks getting another big name scorer in there to help Giannis? Oh yes, that is a benefit, True North, and you can also see the weird shapes that it often takes on Sunday going into Monday as I start rearranging everything and finalizing where songs go. He's wrong about that, about the second half though. No song ever ruins the theme of the playlist that we have on the stupid streaming show, because very often there will be some little part of the song that will click into whatever theme you have going in your mind, and it'll make sense in that moment, and that's all that really fucking matters. Oh hell, meanwhile the Penguins have gotten a goal and tied things up. And now the Capitals have gotten ahead 2-1 over the Lightning. Fantastic. Also, if it hasn't been obvious by my enthusiasm about the team on these streams, I'm not expecting a lot from the Capitals this year. I think it's cool that they're hovering in the wild card area. If we get to the playoffs, we get to the playoffs, cool, but we're not expecting them to do very much. Interesting how many people are now on the Jordan Love bandwagon. Yeah. Oh yeah, once it becomes clear that the dude actually knows what he's doing, and it's just, getting the other parts of the team to, function together at the same time on a consistent basis, There's also songs for Jordan Love this week. Just because. Officially, the Lions beat the Vikings 38-30. Ow. Ow. Damn. I can't talk too much about anybody else's skills in Madden. I've never played. Yeah, it was never one of the video game genres that I got into as a kid, and still doesn't interest me now. It just seems it's just too much for my brain to handle. I.e., people who were uncertain about paying him, who now want to pay the man. Well, yeah, I think I could count myself in that for a while, simply because we hadn't seen a lot in general from him. But from what I've been able to observe from catching highlights of the games as they have gone on, I think y'all have something good with Jordan Love. And, I think we're just seeing the start of it. It kind of sucks, but hey, between, Justin Fields, I think, Justin Fields has definitely earned the seal of approval from the Bears fan base, so they will revolt and cry bloody murder if they don't stick with him. I think Jordan Love has definitely made his case for the Packers, and between, I think, the revitalization of the Vikings that happened this year before Kirk Cousins' season was cut short with that damn unlucky injury. Yeah, I think the NFC North is going to be a fun division for the next few years. Absolutely, and I'm honored that Detroit can actually be a part of the conversation too. It's like how every year I think the fans of the NFL like to predict that one division is going to be like the cutthroat murder division, because every team is, going to be fiercely competitive in the entire league. Well, I don't know about NFC North competing with the entire league, but with each other, I think it's definitely going to be there. NHL 1994 for the win. I think that's one game that I never touched, unfortunately, but I might try to find it sometime. Who is the Vikings QB next season? I think there's only one answer for that, and it's Aaron Rodgers. Plain and simple. This is going to get me in a lot of trouble, but hey, Angie, I'm doing terrible things. I apologize. I know. But I wanna get... Yeah, I know. How dare I take you away from your comfortable tower, but... Now we got you on camera, so that we have another selling point for this channel for people who may be accidentally wandering in. Aside from the weird music and the guy in the bunny suit. And I guess not too surprising. Rangers currently leading the Sabres 2-1 in Madison Square Garden. Yeah. Just so you all know, these two have been occupying the same 10-foot square, or more like 10-foot square area on the bed. So Yeah. She and Monty, not such enemies anymore. And welcome, Luca. Happy Tibbs Eve to you too. And a wave from Angie. There you go. You can go back in your tower now. Or you can come over and harass me some more. That's always an option as well. Meanwhile, the Senators now lead the Penguins 4-2. Nice. Oh, I'm doing good, Luke. I hope you are as well. I've just spent the past couple of minutes trying in my best way to sing the praises of one Jordan Love, as well as the efforts by all the teams in the NFC North to improve as this season has gone. Oh, you're doing? Yep, I understand. Sometimes that's all we got, man. How I procured this pink bunny suit was after it being held over my head throughout my entire childhood as the punishment gift if I was ever a misbehaving child. I decided in adulthood, screw it, I'll just get one. Realize Christmas Story has become enough of a phenom that you can order them from Target online and just go pick it up at your local store after you pay for it. So that was my process. It's not a very high quality suit, you know. It feels very one size fits all with how everything's put together, but you know, it comes with just about everything. I'm not wearing the mittens because, you know, screw that, especially when I'm, you know, holding vital alcoholic beverages. But I do reassure you, the little bunny feet are around. All right, hooray. The Red Wings are up 2-1 against the Devils. How's your boy Dylan Larkin? Luke, he doing okay? Well, fully recovered after that terrible swipe at that Ottawa game. As someone who hates shopping, yeah, it helps. It helps. But you know, over the past couple years, especially after, you know, the 2020 happened and all the quarantine insanity, I feel like, at least for me, I got to appreciate, you know, contact with people in real life, you know. And then again, I'm also one of those people who, because I have a flexible schedule, I shop in the middle of the day when everything is much, much calmer and there's a much smaller chance of me running into stupid, annoying people. But, you know, that's also just where I live right now. Oh. Fantastic. I swear, there are moments when I look around this room and there is a whole bunch of stuff out of shot that you all can't see. you know, that go toward creating this somewhat decent image that is coming through the screen to you right now. Like, 2 lights over there, a microphone that is hung just out of frame of where the camera can pick things up, a side light that's being diffused, and then just all sorts of, you know, cheap colored light nonsense that you can get at the hardware store over here. And it has gotten to a level where it is more intricate than I ever thought it would be. And yet I know there's further to go. And I thank you. I thank you for that. Yes, I have thought about Luke a game to stream for the day before the Super Bowl. And it will be revealed soon. There's some stuff I have got to try out with my gaming setup. And once I know that's going to work for sure, especially with this new wonderful computer that I have here, then it will happen, folks. It will happen. Oh, I'm also looking forward to getting back into that as well. Meanwhile, the Wild are leading the Bruins 2-1 in the second period. Dang. Hey, good for the Wild. I mean, they kind of fell apart from where they were at the beginning of the season, but yeah. Always good to see them doing well. Oh no, we've already done Doki Doki Literature Club. Unless I decide to go a certain route, but there's also a couple other games that I'm really leaning towards featuring. So, you know, it is on my mind, True North. It is in the decision-making house, but it's not picked yet. Yep. But as I discovered, Mr. Luke, I only did, you know, for the important part of the game, the Sayori route. So yes, I could go and do Yuri and Natsuki, but I will most likely try to knock those out, you know, in a certain way. And I'd probably want to make that a recorded video, just because, you know, for the way I want to present it, it would make the most sense. But I'm keeping my eyes open for other ones. There was actually one similar sort of game that came out recently that had caught my eye. And it was in the same sort of vein as Doki Doki, but bit of a different what is the word I'm looking for? A bit of a different bit of a different framing device, but also very much in the same wheelhouse. That's the best way I could put it. Yeah. That's the unfortunate thing. The music is, yeah, it does a lot for the atmosphere of the game. And unfortunately, the way the internet is today, you know, playing the normal radio stations is a one-way ticket to a instant copyright strike. Yeah, I think if I ever, I have thought about this, True North. If I was ever to, do any videos about me playing, games like Vice City or other games where there's a lot of copyrighted music, I think I'd definitely want to do it recorded, because then I could have control over what game audio I would be able to present and when I would be able to bring other audio in, for the proper effect. Why have I suddenly decided to start talking about professional things while I'm wearing a bunny suit and drinking mulled wine? Ugh. Oh yes, indeed it do, True North. So that means that within 1 year, you can expect from some fly-by-night film house that you've never heard of before, like a gritty, low-budget horror reboot of Steamboat Willie. Damn it. Meanwhile, at the end of the first, it's the Thunder 39, Lakers 36. Okay. All right. I'm assuming that you're also watching this game, William. So is there anything noteworthy that you can tell us about how the Thunder did in the first quarter? Yeah, I'm shocked by that as well, Luke. But the current theory I have as to why this might be occurring is, something way out there and stupid, so I'm not going to say it on the air. But, yes, that is a good point, True North. Mickey Mouse is still protected by trademark law, but Steamboat Willie, the version of Mickey Mouse that's in Steamboat Willie, yeah, that's up for grabs. Like the plot of Steamboat Willie, like all that there, that should be free to rip off. That should be free to riff on, not to rip off. That was a poor choice of words. Riff on is what I meant to say. It's all very work specifics. As far as Steamboat Willie goes. Say Gilius Alexander and Rui Hachimura have 12 points each for the Thunder and the Lakers. Good back and forth between the teams so far. Gotcha. Yeah, I also figure right now the Mouse has, so many properties under its belt right now, Marvel and Star Wars, anybody, that they don't need to worry about a lot of that older IP. I mean, I think they'll be pretty damn thankful when Song of the South passes into the public domain, so that smartasses will stop bothering them about it. But, that may just be me. Oh, that's right. The Pistons. Right now they're trailing the Nets by 11 right at the halftime break. Okay. And also the Chargers are ahead of the Bills 3-0. Well, didn't I tell you, folks? Didn't I tell you that's exactly what tonight needed? The Chargers getting a win. You hear that, Angie? The Chargers are winning right now. She's obviously thrilled. Wow, 26 straight losses. I am assuming that the Detroit Pistons organization would save any firing until after the record gets broken, just because that would seem like a good exclamation point or a good period on that coach's tenure. Well, you broke the league record for a number of straight consecutive losses in a season, so yeah. Best of luck in your future endeavors. Oh, wow. Monty Williams is on his first year with the Pistons. I have not a clue who Mr. Monty Williams is, but I will look him up right now. Oh, he's a coach. Oh, wow. Coached for the New Orleans Hornets / Pelicans from 2010 until 2015. Okay. He guided the Suns to the finals in 2021. Wow, and so, wait a minute, wait, back up a second. Let me look into his career just a little bit closer. Coaching career, okay, there he is. Assistant coach with the Sixers, signed 5-year deal in 2019. And they fire him after losing to the Nuggets in the Western Conference semifinals in the previous year. Okay. Oh. And that was a year after they signed him to a multi-year contract extension. Good job, Phoenix. Very good job. Yeah, other than that brief look over his Wikipedia article that I did just now, I still truly have no idea to know whether or not Monty Williams is a terrible coach or not. And choked a 2-0 lead. Oh, well. Oh, well. Yeah. Is it about that time? It's about that time, I think. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, wow. The Leaves are leading 3-1 over Columbus at the end of the second. But important things first. Yeah, Luke. Give her a heads up. that's right. I brought him in. Probably not very wise of me, since Angie is curled up about a foot away. But yes, we brought in Monty, not to coax overtime out of anything, but, just for a Tibbs Eve appearance, which I did wake him up for. So you should be happy to know that, yes, I've disturbed the cat. Oh yeah, Ishi, this is the customary Tibbs Eve outfit. It's the most embarrassing thing that you happen to have in all of your entire collection of clothing. Oh yeah. Honestly, Tibbs Eve and I think Blackout Wednesday are two of the best unofficial holidays to come around in a while. For those of you who don't know, it's kind of a USA thing. Blackout Wednesday is the night before American Thanksgiving, where people who work in the service industry, who don't usually get completely, flop-tastically drunk, go all out on the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving because they know they're probably going to be, sleeping in late and being able to get away with subdued one-word responses while being around family, so all the drunkenness occurs. Meanwhile, Ottawa's trying to throw a noogie party and invite the Penguins along for it. I would hope the Penguins would be up for at least one. Ottawa 4, Pittsburgh 2 at the end of the second. All right. Nice job, Ottawa, for holding on to a lead. All right, I'm going to go out on a limb, True North, and assume that you have a better perspective on the Ottawa Senators than I do vis-a-vis your residency. Does it actually look like the Senators are getting better, or is this just another year of being stuck in neutral for them? Or maybe stuck inside of Mobile with the Memphis Blues again, if you need a lyrical analogy to carry you forward. Meanwhile, the Chargers are leading 10-0. Fantastic. You hear that, Angie? Your team's winning. And you're probably making everyone in Buffalo very, very, very sad right now. So her response is to lick my finger. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Oh my goodness, I realized what I need to use this camera for now. Sorry, I just got distracted in thought. I have a second camera set up over here that I know I've wanted to start incorporating into streams, I just don't know how. And I think I may have gotten an idea finally. So, thank goodness. But Ottawa has some nice players, but they are going nowhere fast, same as the Leafs. Yeah. Are they going? Are they going nowhere for the same reason as the Leafs? Like the Leafs, with all the offensive firepower that they have from the Almighty Four, even though they might be a little stifled at the moment, they just don't have a defense, or it's rather largely ineffective. May be the more appropriate way of framing it. So is it the same sort of thing, or is there more coaching involved, or is front office also an issue? I also kind of blame the current state of the Leafs on Brendan Shanahan for not getting rid of Sheldon Keefe. So that's kind of just me, though. I'm a little bit nuts. I guess that is also something else that we could do while we've got some time before here and a little bit of wine left in the thermos. Let's give it a shake and find out. Oh yeah, there's still something sloshing around in there. We have time left in this stream yet. And I am still upright, so that's a victory in itself. Alright, let's check the rough patchwork schedule that I have put together. Alright. Okay, well, yeah, next week is going to be a packed week. An absolutely full week for the show. We are for sure going to hit up the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl with Rutgers and Miami playing on Thursday, December 28th. That is for sure happening. We are for sure going to be live for Lions vs. Cowboys on Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. And right now, as far as the polling goes, it looks like I'm going to be going live for the Cotton Bowl, which I believe is Missouri versus Ohio State. I'm wondering how much of my cursed gear I should wear. The Leafs should be contenders, but they're the Leafs. Ottawa is a young rebuilding team, but they never take the next step. Ah, I gotcha. Oh, I'm sure you would have voted for the Pepsi Max Bowl. You know, it would be like you to vote for a bowl that I don't think is in existence, at least this year. But yeah, tentatively, I actually have pasted in on January 3rd as our first NBA game in a while. Bucks versus Pacers, which I think should be a decent Eastern Conference showdown. You know, the Bucks, being where they are currently, and the Pacers going on a little bit of a revival this season, it seems. And oh yeah, I've been putting in so much work for January's schedule, I haven't even thought about the Superb Owl yet, or even about the video game stream that will be preceding it. What is the ReliaQuest Bowl? Let's see. Ah, okay, that makes sense. It's the Wisconsin Badgers versus the LSU Tigers. Well, I do have a stupid streaming show planned for that day at 8 p.m. I'll think about it, Logan. I'll think about it. I'll think about it, but best of luck to your Wisconsin Badgers in that bowl. Oh yeah, absolutely. I would say there's all the reason to fear the deer. They are doing rather well. Only lost 7 games this season so far. Good on them. Meanwhile, the Bills have gotten their first touchdown. So now I assume they only trail 10-6, unless the extra point is good. Wait a minute. Hang on. I didn't think I was that close to done with the line. Stop lying to me, Thermos. Whew. Damn it, Chargers, you were supposed to give us something to laugh at here on Tibbs Eve. Now you're here upholding the status quo? How dare you? How dare you? You know what? I gotta be honest, I'm pretty close to deciding on which college football team I'm going to support. And I know this is probably me being contrarian bastard, and it's only a real issue because I didn't go to a college that had, NCAA sports, but yeah, I am pretty close to naming Rutgers as my college team for football. However, laying claim to my NBA team is still up for grabs because, as I may or may not have been made clear in previous streams, I grew up in the Maryland, Virginia, D.C. area during the time when a young man in Chicago was leading the local basketball team to, unprecedented glory over the rest of the NBA. So, the Washington Bullets, or the Washington Wizards, as they would soon come to be called, would be regularly stomped on by Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, and there was never really much to celebrate for professional basketball in Washington. So, yeah, I am still very open to a team in the NBA. For a while I was thinking the Bucks, but it's at the point where I feel like they've got enough of their own fans. Oh yeah, Jordan was... I don't know what the hell Jordan was thinking when he did that. I was barely even paying attention to sports at that time. Heard about it on the periphery, and even then I thought, like, this is just crapping on your own legacy, man. Why would you do this? But yeah, there are a couple of candidates that I'm thinking about for which NBA team I follow. If I'm gonna keep doing this sports stuff, I might as well be in a corner for just about for one team a league. Gambling debts? You know what? I kind of don't want it to be true, but I also do, True North. It would kind of make living through the insufferability of everybody becoming a Chicago Bulls bandwagon fan that happened in the 1990s. It would make it somewhat worth it if I knew that Michael Jordan had to get extra pay from playing for the Wizards to pay off gambling debts. That's just... yeah. But... I would appreciate a cited source on that. Not to say I don't believe you, but I always appreciate receipts being attached. Yeah, that's the other weird thing about the upcoming schedule is that, you know, I have NFL playoffs attached with a question mark only because I don't know how far the Lions could go. And the end of the season with, you know, the Cowboys and the Eagles taking a tumble and the Niners seemingly being the only team that has been, you know, consistent through this part of the NFL season. We make the playoffs. I wouldn't expect us to get past the wild card round, but if we do, damn. Likely the final night that Luke can ever say this. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the NFC North more recently than the Detroit Lions. Rumor, and it is just a rumor, Jordan retired from the Bulls due to gambling issues, forced to retire for a few years by the league office. Oh. Huh. So... I think the lesson that we're getting here is... no matter what, if there is success in Chicago sports, it will be fleeting and it will be mixed with pain. Oh. Oh, as long as I still have the notepad open, yeah, let's write this down in the Tibbs Eve document. Hey, Luke, so that I've got a marker, what is the next date that I should keep an eye and an ear out for in regards to good cricket stuff? And if you can't understand that question after what has been a fairly hefty dose of mulled wine, more power to you. Michael Jordan, retirement and gambling. For all the stories and rumors. Okay, let's save that for now. Oh, alright, well, Well, the highest results on Google are people trying to debunk the conspiracy. So, January 24th. And what's on January 24th? Meanwhile, Lakers are up on the Thunder 71-59. Thunder are apparently playing sloppy and can't hit shots. Everything's going right for the Lakers. MKI, if you are out there, if you've got an alternate perspective on the Lakers Thunders game, I would appreciate it. I know you're a Lakers booster and all. Test series versus India in India. Ooh, and I'm assuming this is the English national team. All right. Actually, let me take a look at my schedule. Have I planned that far yet? Well, it's in there now, so there's nothing we can really do about it. According to MKI, he's got five players for the Lakers currently in double figures. Yeah, that is actually pretty good. And Rui Hachimura leading the Lakers with 16 points. So, okay, cool. I am not familiar with one Rui Hachimura. I'm assuming this is a recent acquisition or trade by the Lakers to get this person, because I've never heard of them. Next test begins Christmas Day between Australia and Pakistan. Okay. Ooh. That'd be good to remember. Awesome. Yes, I have made it a promise that this year, at least once, even if it is a complete train wreck and I end up calling it completely ass backwards, I am going to do at least one cricket match on another stupid sports show. I will figure it out. I will get the appropriate scoring graphics together. It will happen. He was with the Lakers since the 22-23 season, a mid-season acquisition. Meanwhile, the Penguins have gotten a goal. So it's now 4-3, I believe. Oh yeah, especially for a match like England versus India on cricket, I am definitely going to tune in for that. Oh, you'll make bingo for me? Oh, this is fantastic. Well, as far as I know, I actually don't have any other streams planned for that day, at least for for January 24th, like you said. I do have other streams planned for the rest of the week, so the odds that I'll be able to do streams for the rest of any other further matches in that series, a little low, but I will definitely appreciate any updates they can give me about it. Absolutely, Luke. Ooh. You know, it was funny reading the YouTube comments this morning as I was trying to keep track of other bits of sports news going on, catching up on NHL and latest injury news. And at a certain point, I think it was when I was looking up other opinions on the Toronto Maple Leafs, that I ended up reading this comment about how Toronto would be a great place to put an NFL team. And my first thought was, they already have the Argos. They don't need someone else to boo. Starts at 10 p.m. my time. We're taking, this is going to be a challenge, is it? All right, I accept fully. You gotta smell my glove in Columbus. For those of you who are randomly dropping in and don't know what I mean when I say smell my glove, it's a term we have for our bingo games that we play whenever we watch hockey. Essentially meaning that one player has shoved their glove into the face of another player, and in the legendary words of Spinal Tap, forcing them to smell the glove. Yeah, the Argos got bounced by the Montreal Alouettes, who I think they ended the season in the CFL with at least a 5-game lead over the Alouettes. Am I wrong about that, True North? So, and they were the runaway favorite to repeat in the Grey Cup final. And then the Alouettes come along and just ruin everything. Yeah, we cover a little bit of everything here on this channel. In case you haven't noticed, random viewer who may or may not have come in here in the last 5 minutes, I like to cover all kinds of sports, stuff that interests me, maybe stuff that I'm not very familiar with, hence why we've done women's volleyball and women's basketball on this channel. But yeah. Alright. I'll be sure to give you 24 hours notice, Luke. I've got it written down right here. So, unless my brain totally fails me in between now and then, which is totally possible. Well, Argos finished 16-2 and Montreal 11-7. Okay, about 5 games ahead of them. All right. Cool. Well, I'm actually very much looking forward to it, Luke. In the same way that I was looking forward to the women's volleyball match. I knew none of the terminology, almost none of the rules going in, but once I figured out, some more of the strategic moves and the metas that teams would play with, and what essentially I should be looking for and cheering for and getting excited for, then I can buy right in. So I may not be partial to one team or another while I'm figuring out the game. It'll just be all me waiting for stuff to make sense. Which I would hope would be a familiar sensation to anybody who had to learn the game while they were watching it growing up. Meantime, the Red Wings are tied with the Devils 2-2. Lightning's still tied with the Capitals 1-1. And, yeah, I am still working my way through the mulled wine I made for this Tibbs Eve. Let's see how much I have left. Oh, that still sounds like a lot. Oh, that could be a problem. That could be a major problem because I'm feeling okay right now. And I'm assuming that I'm still talking legibly. And the fact that I am upright and not, swaying side to side with the beat in my chair at the moment. That has to tell me that I am doing okay. You grew up with cricket, so you've always found it easy learning it young, but you can see why it'd be difficult for newbies. I think taking a look over the rules and, finding the points of the common points were intersected with baseball in its few ways, I admit, but there's also a lot more that doesn't fly in American baseball. Yeah, but it was a good starting point for me. So I am looking forward to more of that clicking into place, I would say, as I see it come together, especially for what I'm assuming would be a high-level matchup between England and India, considering the national teams are involved in everything. A video comparing the two that you can send me. All right. Even better. By the way, thank you to everybody who has stuck out this stream so far. I didn't think I'd be going for this long. I only got an hour and 47 minutes worth of music for tonight queued up because I thought I'd be done way before now, but apparently I can just keep going. Yeah, that's definitely the mulled wine talking. Oh goodness, we got raids going on too. Oh, that's right. We are in that time of year where Saturday football becomes a regular thing, so we got to expect that. Cigarettes for a while, True North, very briefly in the span of my life. I got hooked on them through a roommate that I was living with at the time, and every once in a while they float back into my life whenever things get especially stressed, but then I remember why I quit. As far as other exotic types of smoke, yes, but I don't indulge with other people. It's much more of a personal thing for me. I've been able to, focus and work on myself a lot better when I do smoke by myself. So, it's just not a state where I'm comfortable being around others yet. And here is where we reach the generational divide. I barely figured out what a rope is, but look up Cohibas. Okay. Alright, they're listed as cigars, but then again, knowing what I know now as a grown adult, Some people like to get those cigars and then, take the wrappers off, to create their own roller. Meanwhile, the Wild are ahead of the Bruins 3-1 halfway through the third period. Okay, that is a score that I didn't expect to read at this time of night, but okay. Whew. All right. Very brief, stupid story time. Just because people are here, and it's been a while since we had one of these. Just take this out. You do pretty much anything you can when you're living through history to forget that you're living through history. And in 2020, I was very eager to forget that I was living through history. And what I was focused on the most was the fact that Chicago and, Illinois as well had legalized recreational marijuana. I am not a newfie, Denpa fish, but I do know the Newfoundland origins of Tibbs Eve, and I thought it was a great thing to celebrate. So I have decided to jump on the bandwagon because I support the idea behind it. Anyway, so I was excited because I was still driving full time as a rideshare driver at the time to see what the effect of that legalized marijuana would have on the people that I would be driving everywhere. I could see how they would, talk to each other just as, dealing with strangers, with their partners in the car, groups of people. And I had it briefly for a couple of months. And I remember one particular night where I picked up a full car of like 4 college-age kids. I could smell the weed coming off of them when they got in the car. I didn't say nothing because I'm not a snitch and I don't care. Oh, I apologize. I apologize, Denpa Fish. I attempted to disassociate myself enough from possible newfie culture by, wearing a part of American culture, which is this big pink bunny suit symbolizing the fear of getting terrible gifts if we are bad children, and getting drunk on stream, which is, a uniquely American YouTube tradition wherein we are attracted to, open sloppiness and pain and misery when they are broadcasted to us live and uncensored because, we're seeing the vulnerability of someone else and thinking that we can have a moment to feel superior to them. But, I digress. Anyway, so this whole car full of stoned kids gets in, and I think, let's take it easy on them. And I looked through the playlist of music that I had, and when I was driving, I had 8-hour playlists of music, like entire albums back to back of, music that was interesting enough to pay attention to, but not overwhelming, which is a hard balance to make, and I feel the pain of every DJ who has ever had to spin records for a function where quiet conversation was expected. that was my pain. And so I ended up fast forwarding it to a certain soft instrumental track on the second Chicago album with a lot of flute and horns. And it was a short drive, short track. It lined up. And these kids who I picked up on the south side of Chicago, they probably wouldn't have given me the time of day if I asked for it at a station along the Pink Line. But the weirdo, oh, do you think he can listen to us? Oh my God. And they had a little quiet conversations they have between groups of stoned people. They faded away listening to this just wonderful, chill out, laid back track. And it's the kind of silence where you know it's because everybody is paying attention to something, because you feel like a pin would drop and everybody would hear it at once. And I regret that was the only piece of evidence that I got into my informal study before COVID happened, and my entire profession literally got wrecked as far as doing things full time. I still do it part time, but yeah. It's definitely not the same. I'd assume the normal proof, Luke, 12.5. However, keep in mind that it has been slightly heated up and a quarter cup of brandy has been poured into it as far as additional alcoholic content. So some of it might have burned off, but the brandy might have contributed a little bit more. So any calculations in your brain as to how drunk I may be right now, take those into account, before you provide your final conclusions at the end. Oh, Leafs are now up 4-1 on the Blue Jackets. Good for them. And now that we have the time, yeah, we'll get some music back in here. I also don't really know what the proof of the wine is, Luke, sorry. The recipe that I consulted didn't specifically say you should get a wine with this much proof, so I didn't bother to check. Thus, it is not a fact that is easily available in my brain. Uh-oh. Yeah. We have reached it, folks. We have reached the last cup of the mulled wine. Oh boy. Oh dear. Yes, we're nearly there, True North. The ending of possibly the most embarrassing stream that I do on my channel all year. And Denpa Fish, if you are still here, thank you for stopping by. It is always nice to meet a true newfie. I hope y'all are doing well up there and aren't getting hit too hard by the apparent barrage of hurricane season storms that we have seen fit to send up to the upper parts of North America. Stay safe. Getting so close. Technically, I streamed the Florida Panthers. That was the most embarrassing. I don't know about embarrassing. True North, I would say the most draining, because I had no idea they were capable of pushing it to that many overtimes. And I mean, I'm bracing for it now. So much so that I have kept that specific graphic with Monty photoshopped into the Florida Panthers logo in all of my scene collections, just so I can hang on to it. That's how important, informative that Florida Panthers series was to the formation of this stream. Besides, it gave us the meme of Monty wants overtime. So, really, how can you complain about that? You now have a satisfying blame figure. Alright, we've got a DM. Yay! More helpful cricket videos. Thank you, Luke. Much appreciated. And since this is the last cup of mulled wine for the stream, I will do it once again because we need it. Because it is what this country deserves after all the shit it has been through. That's right. I brought you a Monty. But don't go too far because the other one's going to show up just after this. Oh, hi Adam. Good to see you. We're still on for tomorrow, right? Oh yeah. Boy's got the big paws. Alright, you can run away free now. Alright, we are still on. Fantastic. Alright, Angie. Yeah, I know. I have to upset you because the viewers demand it. That's right. Can we both wear bunny suits for ratings? And meanwhile, Adam can't wait to see if the Isotopes win the division tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not guaranteed, but you know, all the odds makers are probably saying that we're favored very, very highly. You know? Whereas I say, it's a division game, don't count on another team's willingness to screw over, you know, someone they play frequently. I will tell you what, and please remind me of this if I forget, all of you who are listening right now. If the Vikings are leading at the end of the first half, I will wear the bunny suit for the entire second half. So, all of you, that is Adam, Ishi, True North, William, Luke, anybody else who is listening, please keep that in mind. Please rub it in my face if this situation occurs at the end of the first half between the Lions and the Vikings tomorrow at noon. Alright, we will lay it down. Oh. Oh, Adam, we are going to have a great deal to talk about. We are going to have a great deal to talk about tomorrow. I have been looking forward to these streams since the beginning of the season. You know, I had a feeling that the division title would be involved in some way, but yeah, I didn't expect it to be the way it was. We will leave it at that. I understand, Luke. Yeah, the schedule is not treating many people kindly tomorrow. Well, folks, I think there it is. There it is. We have reached the moment where I know my body cannot hold any more mulled wine, or else things are going to get very dangerous. And believe me, you don't want things to get dangerous on this channel. Yeah. So, we got couple last minute updates from True North. Buffalo is leading the Chargers 14-10 now, and Leaves are leading the Blue Jackets 4-1. So, yeah, that's all the embarrassing drunkenness that I've got within me tonight before it just starts turning into weird and sad and disgusting stuff. Penguins are still trailing Ottawa 4-3. That's all I need to call the Tibbs Eve streaming show a success. Thank you, everybody who was able to show up today. I very much appreciate you showing out and, saying hi. Capitals are headed to overtime. The Detroit Lions could win the division tomorrow. I'm still not prepared to handle it. Thank you, everybody, for spending a little bit of the free time you have left this holiday season with me. I very much appreciate it. I wish you well through the next 48 hours. Try not to strangle anybody. Thank you very much. My name is Jim B. here on 1069 Click FM. Good night, Milwaukee. Wherever you are.